The first thing I noticed was the silence that followed her words. Her laugh had always been like sunlight spilling over a dark room, but this time, it hit me like a slap. "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would even notice," my sister-in-law said. The words hanging in the air like smoke from a fire that had already consumed the house. I froze mid-step, the spatula in my hand shaking slightly, a bead of sweat rolling down my temple despite the summer heat. My wife, Mara, was beside her, smiling as if the comment was harmless, a joke meant to punctuate the afternoon barbecue. But the joke landed differently, slicing through me. "Ha ha," Mara said, lightly nudging her sister. "You always know how to cheer someone up." I forced a chuckle, but the sound felt hollow in my ears. Something was off. I wanted to let it go, to laugh it off with everyone else. Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe it was just a careless remark. But the image that played in my mind didn't let go. The idea that Mara could imagine a life where I didn't exist, without her mind flinching even a little. I felt a strange, unfamiliar churn of unease, a gnawing in my gut I couldn't shake. The barbecue went on. The smell of grilled chicken mingled with the scent of freshly cut grass. My nieces ran past, squealing, and the laughter of family filled the yard. But I felt trapped behind a glass wall, watching a world I no longer belonged to. Mara moved around, attentive, serving drinks, laughing with her brother. Her warmth, the thing that had drawn me to her in the first place, suddenly felt like a mask. Later, as the sun dipped low, I found myself outside by the fence, pretending to check the garden. Mara joined me, holding a glass of iced tea, her eyes soft. "Hey, are you okay? You've been quiet," she said, tilting her head, concern threading her tone. "I'm fine," I muttered, not looking at her. I wanted to, needed to, but I couldn't. My mind was racing, connecting dots I wasn't sure existed. "You're not," she said gently, stepping closer. "Something's bothering you." I wanted to tell her about the words at the barbecue, about the flicker of dread that had ignited the first spark of suspicion. But I swallowed it, afraid of sounding paranoid. I told myself to trust her, to believe that laughter at a family joke was just laughter. The next week, I started noticing the small things. The phone calls she answered quickly when I entered the room, the sudden secrecy about her messages, the way she laughed a little too softly when recounting her day. I rationalized them, work stress, fatigue, nothing more. But each time, the seed of doubt took root a little deeper. It wasn't until I saw it, her phone left unlocked on the kitchen counter, that the illusion shattered. A message blinked, brief but impossible to ignore. "Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again." My stomach dropped. I wanted to throw the phone, destroy it, but I couldn't look away. Hours passed as I stared at the screen, heart hammering. Anger, confusion, disbelief, they collided inside me. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, to fall apart in her arms and demand why. But part of me was numb, as if I'd been walking in a dream all these years, and this was the moment I woke up to a world I didn't recognize. When she came home that evening, humming a tune I no longer recognized as hers, I confronted her. "Mara, I saw the message," I said, voice breaking, though I tried to steady it. Her eyes widened, but not with guilt. Surprise, yes, but also something else, something I couldn't name. "You saw it," she whispered, a tremor in her voice. I don't understand." "Why?" My hands shook. Was it something I did? Something I wasn't? Her silence was heavier than any lie could have been. Finally, she spoke, her words slow, careful, as if weighing each syllable against some invisible scale. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she said. I was lonely. You've been so consumed with work, with everything else, and I felt invisible. It wasn't about you. It was about me, about needing to feel wanted, to feel alive." Her confession didn't soothe me. It ignited a fire I couldn't contain, a grief that made my chest ache with every breath. "And him?" I asked, barely above a whisper. "Does he matter more than us?" "No," she said quickly. "It's not about love." God, I don't know what I was thinking. I was weak. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to reach across the distance that had grown between us, to find the woman I married in the warmth of her eyes. But betrayal doesn't mend with apologies alone. It lingers in corners of the mind, whispering doubts in the middle of quiet nights. Days turned into a week, and the taste of her betrayal clung to me like smoke. Every touch felt suspect, every glance weighted with meaning. I replayed the barbecue, her laughter, her words, and my sister-in-law's careless joke. The unease I had felt then now had a shape, a face I couldn't unsee. In the end, it wasn't anger that stayed with me. It was sorrow, sharp and relentless. For the years we had built together, for the love I had trusted blindly, for the small moments of intimacy that now felt like illusions. I don't know if we can ever go back to what we were. Perhaps we never will. But some nights, I lie awake, haunted not by her betrayal alone, but by the fragile truth that sometimes, the person you love most is the one capable of breaking you beyond repair. And I realized that the joke at the barbecue wasn't a joke at all. It was a warning.